So at this time, I'm going to shift gears, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to someone who I think you all know. I get to call her friend and partner, co-worker. Of course, I'm talking about Carol Chaplin. So Carol is the Executive Director for the Lake Tahoe Visitors Authority. Carol has over 30 years of experience in the tourism industry, which of course benefits all of us in our community. She's worked at Tahoe Seasons, she's worked for Aramark and Hornblower, and has been with the LTVA for the last 4 years. So I ask you to please join me in welcoming Carol to the stage.
I think that was Deb Howard just coming in. B, I was just saying that I was 10 since I've had 30 years. And so yeah, I was 10 when I started in the hospitality year. And I just have to tell you, when I was listening to B, I just recalled, it flashed on me the last time I was on the stage, and it was almost a year ago today that the Amgen Tour of California almost started in South Lake Tahoe. We are the recipients of the award of the first overall not start of the Amgen Tour of California in the history of that event. And we were having a press conference here with some of those awesome riders, and they do really look good in spandex, by the way, but on to our presentation. Just a really quick overview of what the Lake Tahoe Visitors Authority has been up to, and I'm going to make this very quick. And I just want to talk a little bit about brand, and because we've had a lot of conversation about it, and you have probably seen this new brand ID, and you're just going, what is that? We're South Lake Tahoe, we're State Line, we're South Shore, we're Lake Tahoe South Shore, we're Lake Tahoe. But I wanted to explain a little bit about why it's important for us to find a little bit of a connection with our visitors and with our prospective visitors, so that they can catch in a quick moment of time this emotional connection with us. And that's what this is about. Let's see if I can do it. Yay! Yay! Good thing we had somebody fly in from Colorado with a remote control. That was really good. So I was recently at Rural Roundup for Nevada Commission on Tourism, and it was interesting because Nevada is going through the same brand exercise that we just completed at a very higher level, actually, but much more high level. But it was interesting to hear their agency talk about brand versus campaign. And there's a difference. There's a campaign, it has to do with advertising, and a brand has to do with the way that you connect. It has to do with what people say and feel and think about your product. So it's not necessarily that Tahoe South is our advertising campaign. It's the way that we connect with that potential visitor and what conjures up, what images are conjured up when they see that particular ID. And your brand idea is articulated so that people take action. And that is your campaign. And that's the difference between those two. And sometimes they can look very close, and other times it's very clear, the difference. So what we're doing now is we're putting together our summer campaign, and we're integrating our new brand with our campaign, which will be in Northern California in a matter of days. So this is our brand ID, and I think at this point you're supposed to play this little video, and this will explain just a little bit more. Da, 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 da. Ralph.
We know who we are, always have. But because we're a few different cities across a couple different states, we never really had an official slap it on a t-shirt name. Not really. But if we're gonna let the rest of the world know about our little slice of paradise, we need a name. A name that's simple, memorable, and not too much of a mouthful. A name like this. And we should give that name a look. A look that says something about us. That we're young, fun, contemporary, and a little more high octane than some of our early to bed neighbors. A look like this. And the first place we're going to put our new name and look is on our new website. A website that really captures all that we have to offer, which is pretty much everything. Yeah, we know who we are. And now everyone else will too.
So I hope that gives you a little bit better idea of what we're trying to achieve here. That video was done by Duncan Shannon, which is our advertising agency, and I think it's a very nice way to indicate exactly what we're trying to say about what brand is versus a campaign. I think now, so this is a campaign. In the wintertime, well, we had summer. Last year we were trying to have a summer bike race and we had winter, but that's kind of how we do it in the mountains. The buses that you see up there were articulated buses that rolled through San Francisco for the last 3 or 4 months, and they talked about the wild side, which we think is kind of a little bit of a differentiation between us and some of our competitive set. And then you'll see the billboard in the bottom screen that is also part of that campaign. And so that's our advertising, that's our projection, and our way of trying to get people to take action. The brand is more static, it stays more consistent, and our advertising campaign may change from time to time. And the next time I see you all, I hope to show you some really, really creative ideas that have come out of our, that came out of this winter campaign and that's rolling into the summer campaign. And our summer campaign looks a little bit like this. So it's fun, it's lively, it's young, it's energetic, it's 24-hour, it's everything that you and I continue to live in this place for.